Hey guys, this is Dr. Anand here, and I'm here with the KNIME workflow to showcase how to use the rule engine node. I already have a data which has been extracted from Kaggle, which is very much available. It is related to employee information from an organization. Since I have already used the file reader and I have uploaded the data also has been executed. Let me directly show you the table content and explain what are all the variables in the rows and columns. So as you can see, these are all the variables related to the HR department for taking some strategic decisions, and it is very much related to the list of employees who are working. So 10,291 rows are there, which means 10,291 employees information has been collected, and it has been distributed in 8 different columns. So 8 different columns are pertaining to different variables here. First one is the department where they work. The second one is the sub department. The third one is the division. The fourth one is the gender. The fifth is base salary. The sixth one is overtime work. The seventh one is the longevity, which means how far the employees have stayed in an organization, and this has been calculated and mentioned in terms of number of hours. So that is why you can see that figure starting with 2490, which means employee who's having this row ID of 4 has been in this organization for 2490 hours. And the last one is the grade which has been given to each and every employee. So now I'm coming out with one assumption that employees who have not contributed over time are not considered to be a very good fit for this organization. So I want to lay off them. I want to remove them. So as you can see in this data, one of the most important variable is overtime. So if you think from the business perspective, it does not make sense to retain and give career progression for employees who are not working overtime, right? Who are confining themselves only to a specific time, who are not flexible. And I'm pretty sure that that is how the entire world works. So I want to remove those employees. And suddenly if your boss is asking you for a report to consolidate or to specify how many employees have to be put under the layoff category, can the list be submitted, then this particular rule engine can be used. For now it mentions about 0, but for record purpose we do have to have some clear records. So the data has been uploaded, it has been configured, it has been executed. That is why you can see the green color signal, which means that it is good to go. Now I have taken the rule engine node from the node repository and I'm connecting both these nodes together, that is the file reader node and the rule engine node. I'm going to give a small comment here so that it's easy for us to remember whenever we look into this workforce. So I'm mentioning that is employee layoff, right? In brackets I can mention a further comment that not contributing overtime. So you can give a small comment, or you can always use this edit node and then you can comment. If possible, you can also have a small write-up which might be very useful. So again, let's configure this rule engine. Let me right click. So when I right click, there is this particular dialog box which opens. So on the left hand side you can see the different variables what you already have looked into, the one which is available in the rows and columns: the department name, division, gender, base salary, overtime, longevity and grade. And these are all the different types of functions. So now, what is the function what we have to use? So let me put it in this way. This function what we are going to use is called left equal to right. I'll give you a simple example. As I told you before, those employees who are not working overtime are subjected to be lay off. They have to be removed from the organization. So what exactly do you mean by this particular description or this particular function, that is question mark is equal to question mark, right? So in the description itself, it is quite clear that left is equal to right. So left is equal to right. For numerical values, the natural ordering will be used. For string values, right, the lexicographic ordering will be used. I'll give you a simple example, which means you are going to compare two things, right? So employees overtime, it can be replaced with layoff. So these are the two important aspects. So what factor we have to select from the column, that is overtime. Put your cursor on overtime and double click. So when you double click in this expression, you already get this, right? And then again you have to click this particular function, that is question is equal to question. So when you click that particular thing, you have to mention is equal to 0 space, then again equal to, and then this particular arrow, and then open the inverted commas and mention employee layoff, or you can also mention not a good fit for the organization, right? And then here in the prediction, that particular column has to be appended with, right, to be removed from work, which means layoff, right? And then you can click apply, OK, and you can see that the node has changed from red to yellow. Now you can execute it, and then now let's look into the output. Right click, open output report table, and in the table you can see to be removed, right? So there is a new column which has been created automatically, and then for those employees who have not contributed overtime are automatically marked not a good fit. So this also becomes one of the most important rule engines which can be further used to cleanse the data or to clean the data.